Namaste, I'm going to read Volume 2, Book 2, Rudra Samhita, Part 5, Chapter 54, The Fight Among Bana, Shiva, Krishna, and Others in the Shiva Puran. Vakratul Mahakaya, Surya Kuti Samapapadi, Ekadantari. Tatsat. Vyasa said, O excellent sage, when Aniruddha, the grandson of Krishna, was abducted by the daughter of Kumbhanda, what did Krishna do? Please narrate it to me. Sanat Kumara said, O excellent sage, on hearing the woeful cries of his woman, when Aniruddha had gone off suddenly, Krishna too became vexed. The 4 months of the rainy season thus went by, when his relatives and Vishnu could not see Aniruddha, and so they bewailed. On hearing from Narada about the imprisonment and activities of Aniruddha, the Vrishnis, followers of Krishna, became dejected. On hearing everything, Krishna immediately called Garuda and went to the city of Sonita, eagerly for fighting. Pradyumna, Yuyudhana, Samba, Sarana, Nanda, Upananda, Bhadra, and others following Rama and Krishna went there. They were accompanied by 12 Aksauhinis. They, the chief of Sattvatas, laid a siege all round the city of Bana. On seeing the parks, fortresses, ceilings, and minarets of the city thus broken, Bana became infuriated and set forth with an equal number of armies. In order to help Bana, Lord Rudra, accompanied by his son, and the Pramatas rode on the bull, Nandan, and arrived there to fight. A tumultuous fight, wonderfully causing horripilation, ensued between Krishna and his followers on the one hand, and the supporters of Bana, Rudra, etc. on the other. The fight was between Krishna and Shiva, Pradyumna and Kartikeya, Kumbhandaka and Kupakarna, Bala and Samyuga. Samba fought with Bana's son, Satyaki with Bana, Garuda with Nandi, and groups of one side fought with the groups of the other. Brahma and other gods, sages, siddhas, Charanas, Gandharvas, and celestial damsels came there in aerial chariots to witness the affray. O best of Brahmins, a terrible fight ensued between the members of the Yadu family with the groups of Pramatas, ending with Revatis. Krishna, the brother of Rama, and the intelligent Pradyumna fought an unequal fight with the Pramatas. The fight continued with Agni, Yama, Varuna, Vimukha, Tripada, Javara, and Kartikeya, and groups of Pramatas with the Vrishnis. It was terrible and frightful, causing horripilation. There was fight with the shameless woman too. Several groups of terrifying Kotaris at every step, not far from one another. Krishna routed the Bhutas, Pramatas, and Guyakas, the followers of Shiva, with sharp-pointed arrows discharged from his bow. The heroes Pradyumna and others, jubilant over the war, destroyed the armies of the enemies and fought terribly. On seeing his army being scattered, Shiva became highly infuriated and roared terribly. On hearing that, Shiva's gunners too shouted and fought. They suppressed the opponents with their strength, increased by Shiva's brilliance. Krishna discharged separate types of missiles from his bow towards the trident-bearing Lord Shiva, who, without showing any dismay, quelled them directly. They discharged Brahma missile in counter to Brahma missile, the mountain missile to the wind missile, the cloud missile to the fire missile, and Shiva missile to the Narayana missile. Defeated by the opponents, the army of Krishna fled O Vyasa, could not face the full refulgence of Shiva. O sage, when his army was routed, Lord Krishna, the scorcher of enemies, discharged terrible fever missile named Cold. O sage, when the army of Krishna was routed, the cold fever missile of Krishna rushed at Rudra, blazing the 10 quarters. On seeing that coming, Lord Shiva discharged his own fever missile. The two fever missiles fought each other. Oppressed by the fever missile of Lord Shiva, the fever missile of Shiva cried aloud, unable to secure succor elsewhere. It eulogized the bull-bannered Lord. The delighted Lord Shiva, favorably disposed to those who seek refuge, eulogized by Vishnu's fever missile, spoke to the cold fever missile of Vishnu. Lord Shiva said, O cold fever, I am delighted. Leave off your fear from my fever. There is no fear from fever to him who remembers this antidote. Sanat Kumara said, thus advised, the fever missile of Vishnu went away after bowing to Shiva. On seeing that activity, Krishna was surprised and dismayed. When attacked by the arrows of Pradyumna, the infuriated Kartikeya, the slayer of Dejas, hit Pradyumna with a spear. When hit by Kartikeya's spear, Pradyumna, though very strong, shed blood from his limbs and fled from the battleground. Hit with various missiles by Kumbhanda and Kupakarna, Balabhadra, though strong, did not stay there. He fled from the battlefield. Garuda took up 1,000 bodies and drank up the water from the great sea. He then began to work havoc by showering the sea waters through Avarta clouds. Then the infuriated bull, the powerful vehicle of Lord Shiva, hit him with great force by means of his horns. When his limbs were shattered by the blows of his horns, Garuda was dismayed. He forsook Vishnu and fled from the battleground immediately. When the situation was like this, Lord Krishna, dismayed by Shiva's refulgence, spoke to the charioteer suddenly. Lord Krishna said, O charioteer, listen to my words. Drive the chariot immediately to Lord Shiva, so that I shall speak to him. Sanat Kumara said, thus commanded by Vishnu, the charioteer Daruka, the foremost of persons of good qualities, drove the chariot immediately to Lord Shiva. Lord Krishna resorted to Shiva, favorably disposed to his devotees, bowed to him with devotion with palms joined in reverence, and submitted as follows. Lord Krishna said, O Lord Shiva, Lord of the gods, favorably disposed to those who seek refuge in you, I bow to you, the great Lord, the soul of all and of infinite power. I bow to you, the cause of the origin, sustenance and dissolution of the universe, the sole form of perfect knowledge, the symbol of Brahman, the highly quiescent, the supreme Lord, the time, the divinity, the activity, the individual soul, the nature, the solid objects, the vital airs, the soul, the groups of created beings, the series of seeds, and sprouts, everything in your illusion. O Lord of the universe, I resort to you, the cause of those things, the great Lord. By the different forms assumed by you, sportively, you, the Lord of the worlds, support the gods and others and destroy those who go astray. You are the Brahman, the great light that is hidden in the Sabda Brahman, which the purified souls see like the soul firmament. You are the primordial Purusa without a second. You are the fourth being, the vision of the soul. You appear as undergoing change. Through you are the Lord, the cause without another cause unto you. O Lord, for the manifestation of all the attributes, you appear different through your illusion, O Supreme Lord. O Lord, just as the unconcealed sun illuminates many of his reflections by his brilliance, so you too do, being the great illuminating light. O Great One, O self-illuminated Lord Shiva, you brighten the attributes by means of the attribute itself, though you are not encompassed by the attribute. People whose intellects are deluded by your illusion become attached to sons, wives, abodes, etc., and sink and float in the ocean of sin. After deriving this divinely bestowed human habitation. If a person does not control his sense organs and respect your feet, he is to be pitied. He deceives his own self. O Lord, it is at your bidding that I have come here to cut off the hands of Bana. This haughty Bana was cursed by you, who are the destroyer of haughtiness. O Lord, please return from the battleground. Let not your curse go in vain. O Lord, command me to cut off the hands of Bana. Sanat Kumara said, O great sage, on hearing these words of Lord Krishna, Shiva, the Supreme Lord, who was appropriated by Krishna's eulogy, replied. Lord Shiva said, O dear, what you say is true. The Lord of the Dechas has been cursed by me. It is at my bidding that you have come here to cut off the hands of Bana. O Lord of Lakshmi, what can I do? O Vishnu, I am subservient to my devotees always. How can there be the chopping of Bana's arms while I am watching? Hence, at my bidding, make me benumbed by means of your Jirambana missile. Thereafter, you can do as you please and be happy. Sanat Kumara said, O great sage, thus urged by Shiva, Lord Krishna was surprised. He returned to the battlefield and rejoiced. O Vyasa, Vishnu, an expert in the use of various missiles, fixed the Jirambana missile to the bow and discharged it at Shiva. After enchanting Shiva and making him benumbed by means of the Jirambana missile, Vishnu slew the army of Bana by means of swords, daggers, and clubs. Footnotes. (327) Satvatas were a family of Yadava race whose founder was Yadu, son of King Yayati. King Satvata founded a branch of the Yadavas after his name. He had 4 sons, Bhajamana, Devavrada, Andaka, Mahabhoja, and Vrisni. Krishna, the celebrated hero of the Mahabharata, was born in the Satvata Vrisni family. 328. The mention of the missile of cold fever and the counter missile to ward it off indicates the heights that India had attained in military science. 329. Shiva represents the 4th Turiya state of the soul, the pure, impersonal, and unconditioned. The other 3 states of the soul is the state of wakefulness, Jagarat, dream, Swapna, and unconsciousness. Let's see this. Supupit are impure, personal, and conditioned by physical envelope. 330. Jirambana missile is said to possess the potency of benumbing the activities of the person against whom it is used. Here ends today's reading of the Shiva Puran. Prabhuprandanatam, Vimveshwanatam, Jagannatanatam, Staranantavacham, Viktam Veshwaram Bhutanatam, Shivam Shakaram Shimsham. Om Kapura Garam Karanavartaram, Sansara Saram, Jagendra Hadam, Sadavasantam, Ridyar, Vendepa, Om Namo Parvati Patera. Jum Sapu Sutram, Makamajam Sumishtam. Hri Om Tat Sat.